All right. Happy Tuesday. We are 10 minutes late per usual, right on brand. Um,
Be our name.
it's our name. We should change it to always late. Kayla McDonald, Remax Alliance Group. Of course, Miss Lindsay Weber, Keystone Mortgage Solutions.
Hello, hello. It's
And
Tuesday.
we have Maria Callahan.
Hi, everyone.
Owner of BCMF on with us today. So right now, as you see, this has been my background a couple times sitting in the collective, which is inside of the gym. I'm going to kind of kick it over to you, Maria, and you can just introduce yourself. Let us know how long you've been in business. I know you have a couple charities you're involved in. You're doing, I think, 12 days of giveaways.
There's a lot happening at all times.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
I know. I'm like, Kayla, I need your help. Kayla, I need your help. Kayla, I need your help. And thankfully she helps me along with a big team of people because none of it would happen if not, because it's a lot. Right now, yes, we're sitting in the collective. So I have been in business for 11 years. I look at you to tell me.
I think so, 2011 or 10?
More than a decade. And it has grown incredibly from day one to now. I'm so proud of this building, this business, and the whole entire community. Obviously, our main goal is we're a gym. We have evolved into a full functioning facility, meaning it used to be kind of more known as like boot camp, the boot camp in town. Come in there, we do weight loss challenges, jumping, stuff like that. And I kind of fell in love with more of like the weight training side. And then from there, it has just rolled into like, my goal for the gym has always been to make it something that is for everyone. Meaning if you are, very overweight and you want to lose weight, take control of your health, more than happy to help you. We have all the tools that are necessary. But also if you're someone that's super lean and wants to put on muscle and wants to lift weights and wants to go slow and controlled and you want to prep for a fitness comp, meaning either a bikini fitness comp or a weightlifting meet. We kind of do all of that. I have some independent trainers right now. Danny, for example, he runs youth programs and he does all youth athletics. We have some of our coaches do one-on-one private trainings. Obviously, one of our most popular things is our strength program that we have. That's more of like small group. We use machines, cables, things like that. So we kind of evolved from just like a couple pairs of dumbbells, and jumping through the roof. We just had this conversation. She's like, I don't like jumping anymore. I'm like, me neither. And we like slow bicep curl next to each other. So it's been fun. I mean, I think fitness in general has evolved over the last decade. Like, when we started, it was very like we were the only place around, and now I'm in a landmine of gyms. They're like all over the place. So I think one of the biggest blessings is being around so long and having such a good word of mouth foundation from just the community. And we've had clients for over a decade with us that have been here this whole time. So thankfully, it was started very early because now it's like there's a gym on every corner. So I'm always trying to find different things to keep people excited and to make us different and unique because, you could leave here and go right next door down the street and you have a whole new gym. So that's kind of where that is.
I beg to differ, and I'm gonna interrupt you.
Yeah, you go, bro.
Your gym and the one down the street are not the same thing.
Thanks, bro.
They're not.
100% not the same thing. And it's any gym. And what I mean by that is like when you're at BCMF, your family, you're part of everything that they're doing. It's not you're getting up, you're going to the gym, and then you leave and you're done for the day. It doesn't work like that. Like even the trainers and the people that are there, it is a very unique atmosphere. It is something that you do not get the same warm feelings other places that you go.
Right.
I can go to any gym and jump all around for however long that their classes are. But when you walk into your gym, it is not the same. So
yeah. Thank you. And we pride on that. Like, I'll never forget this lady. She took a class and then I'm like, I have memory of a squirrel when it comes to like, did I answer your text message? Like, did I bring my car keys? But if Susie just walked in for her first class and she comes back the next day, I remember who she is. Like, I just have that like memory, and my coaches are really good with that too. So I think that's something that makes us stand out is like, it's not just a number. You're not just going into a random gym. You're not just hopping on a treadmill. You're coming in and it's an excitement of coming in because every class is completely different. Where'd Lindsay go?
I fell off the. I ripped off the charger to my computer.
Like, is she okay? Is she have a stroke?
Is there somebody behind us that she's hiding from?
I thought it would be easy. I
Could
could
we-
just
could
pop
we
it right
check
back
on
up there,
her?
but I couldn't find it.
Oh, okay. She's alive and well. No, that's one of the things that really makes us stand out. We have incredible 6-week challenges too. And I have kind of drifted more into like strength program challenges because it's what I love and it's what I feel like I'm good at. And it's what excites me. I know there is a huge need for both. So my favorite thing is that at this point of, being in this profession for over a decade, not, but I'm pretty good at knowing how to handle all different aspects of people. So that's why we always say it's like a one-stop shop in here. And people will come in too a lot, especially men, and they're like, oh, there's a lot of dudes in here. There's a lot of equipment. There's a lot of weights. Like, wow, that's not what I thought, because from the outside, it looks like it is a female jumping around bands and cardio, and it's not. It's a party in here at all times.
Yeah. And I can say though, like I've been here since, I don't know,
Forever.
basically like 10 years. And like, it's just, we've all changed as
Mhm.
individuals, as a gym, as a whole.
Yeah.
And then, one thing like Maria was saying, that it's kind of like, it's basically like real estate. It continuously changes and evolves. And,
Yes. That's a beautiful thing. Oh, besides this hair right now. It's a beautiful thing that it's always changing. I used to be someone that like really feared change for a long time. Like it was probably like my biggest fear. And then, you get pushed into some changes and life happens, you move, you have kids, you grow, everything is like, and I have now, like, I find, change and challenge more of like a blessing now, because it just means like something new's coming, something exciting, like you're going to grow to a different person, a different, like the seasons of life, they change. And I've come to like love that and appreciate that. So we're always growing and we're excited, and we're about to roll into the new year, which is about to be, bonkers. And I'm really grateful. This year has been like consistently steady. Even towards the end of the year, this is typically like our slower time of season, and we've been busy. And one of my other things that I've really wanted to do is like, this building's huge. This is an 8,000 square foot facility. Anyone that has not been here, I would love to invite you here because it's awesome. And the one side is more of your HIIT training. The other side is all weights and equipment. We're actually going to pick up and do a little bit more rebranding, get some more new equipment for the new year, because you have to always, constantly be evolving on that aspect of it as well. And one of my things that I really wanted to do for a long time is have this be a full functioning gym, like I'm saying, whereas people come in through the day and they can just use the equipment, they can do their own workouts. We do written programs. So like right now we're doing a leg program that I, created, and it's so fun for me because I'm here all day working on, back end stuff, but it's so fun for me to see people coming in all day long, grabbing their paper, putting their headphones in, and, just rocking their own thing, because it used to kill me when I'm like, this is a huge building and it's only used for, X hours of the day for classes. Like, that's absurd. So now we have, private trainers that come in, they use the facility. We have written programs, challenges, all kinds of stuff. And you will see the room that we're sitting in. This was one of our newer things that just happened was, Shelly Jada had this concept. It was a great concept. And then she kind of passed it on to me. So what we did in this room was sitting here also. This building's huge. There's a lot of like secret doors, but so we turned this room kind of into like a shop, and it is a bunch of local small business owners that, make stuff, sell stuff. And it's such a great concept that Shelly had, because what I try to tell people too, so you rent out the shelf, right? Because we don't want to be in here charging a ton of money and then you're not making money. That's always my thing, is like, I don't ever want a client here that doesn't want to be here. I don't ever want someone to feel trapped in here, and everyone needs to make money. So like, we give them options on how they can rent the shelves, on what's going to make the most money for them, what makes sense. And then it's really cool for them because a lot of these people just sell online. So this is almost like, there's storage for it. And then you're getting people to come and they're able to touch it. I'm someone like, I hate online shopping because I need to see it. I need to touch it. I need to look at it. So this is really nice, like, option for them to kind of, it's a storefront for them at this point.
Well, when you walk by, you can't help but to look at like something. And every time I go in there, I'm like, oh, that's cute. That's
and
cute.
It's always changing, which is fun too, because, it's people come in, and then if you come in the next week or bi-weekly, you'll be able to come in and look around, and it's like new stuff. And I've also filled some of the shelves. Like, my goal is to brand this as Cal Strong. This is my business. This is my family's business. And I'm making this more of like a gym store as well. So you can come in here, you can buy all of our branded stuff. You can even buy just like simple things like shakers and cups and tumbler. Like people love to shop. I love to shop. I also like to see in person though. So this is what is really cool. And then it's helpful. You know, we have our social media and it just kind of blasts and promotes these small business owners, you know, weekly, and it gets their name out there and hopefully they, you know, gain a follower or sell something even on their personal page.
Mr. Reagan Weiss just said hello. He said, "What's
Hola.
up? Changing lives."
Oh,
What's up, kids?
what's up, homie?
Reagan, I mean, we're not that much, for our age difference. We're not children.
Listen, he wants to call us kids. I will take it. I didn't get carded at Publix the other day, and I was behind someone that got carded, and I was like, "You sure?" I had it in my hand. I was like, "I'm next," and then they're like, "You're good." I'm like, "No."
I hate that when they don't card me. I'm like, oh gosh.
And I was like, "Let me just show you."
Please.
Yeah.
You're rebranding and you're doing a very good job of presenting Cal Strong. And the funny part is I'm going to tell the little story about Hunter the other day when I went to do the Great American Teach-In, and what a great group of kids. And I was sitting there and I was teaching them like how to budget and playing this game. And one of the little things that they had to do is like rearrange their papers so they could save money in order to buy a house in the future. So one of the boxes on there was to go to the gym. So he said, well, we can move this box because we own a gym and I don't need a membership to a gym. So he could move his jelly bean to the next box. So when you said that it's like a family, like that's his mindset. Like, okay, we own this business and he's taking it over when he's 12.
My favorite thing too is like watching him watch what's happening. And he's been doing it for so long.
I'm pretty sure he learned to count there. He counted backwards first.
Yes, 100%. That's if I've taught him one thing, that's it. I need you to also come back and talk to him about money because if you saw his Christmas list.
Oh, it's a good one.
I tell him, I'm like, Hunter, I don't know how much money you think Mom.
I'll bring the jelly beans.
He's like, no. This is for Santa. You're good. I'm like,
Great.
Oh, great.
Awesome. I actually met you like right after you had Hunter, and you were, I don't even know, he might have been like a month old. And I remember walking into the gym over off of Pine Hill before you went to that third location, I think it was, or second. I'm not sure. But I remember walking in and I saw him in his car seat, or what is it called? A
stroller?
I don't know. He was strapped in on something.
A crate?
He had a seatbelt on and everything, and he was just like some little chubby old little baby. And then I don't even know. I walked into your little. It was like a little like 4x3 office space.
I know, tiny.
Yeah,
tiny.
But I remember that day. I was terrified. I was terrified.
Most hard. I remember Christian being so small in that car seat. Lindsay would come in, take and just plop him there, his little butterball. That kid, big old cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now he's this big throwing fastballs at baseball. It's crazy. Right?
Wild.
And those boys, it's funny, they look so similar, like their cheeks and their eyes. And
I know. I want them to get any bigger. I'm like, can we stop?
Mm-hmm.
I think right here's good. Let's just stop.
Yep.
Freeze in time.
Yes. So
Please
that's
do.
a little bit about my life. You know, I'm in this building all the time, and I love it. I don't want to change anything about it. I want to just keep growing and making it better. I've had opportunity to change and to do other things, and you know, I had to just think like, what makes you happy? What literally makes you like feel really good inside? And it's this. So as long as it continues to do that, this is where I will be.
So Maria offers an assortment of products. You're a first form wholesaler, and then you also have like different products from other people. I don't know, can't remember exactly who you have. Like there's a salt, and then there's like a different collagen and
element. We have, you know, a little bit of isogenics. The thing with the products, I love first form, and I am not going to ever stop using them. I feel like if you promote something for your whole life and you fully believe in it and it continues to work for you, why would you switch? So we have all of that stuff, and we've added in a little bit because there is other products from different companies that First Form doesn't offer, like the hydration sticks, and there is the isogenics, which is good for like your gut health and stuff like that. So it's really nice. We have a new collagen product coming in from with Carmen. So, and that's another thing too, some of the collective, if I feel like it's going to do better, for that seller on a shelf and make them more money, I'm going to put them out here rather than, store them in my office. So it gives a really good variety of things for people to choose from, because, that all rolls back into like, this is a place for everyone. So not everyone needs a, meal replacement weight loss shake. Some people need a weight gainer. Some people don't want any interest in that. Some people just need a good multivitamin. Some people need magnesium, help them sleep. So we are also open to the public. We have a really good handful of people that don't even come to this gym and just come and buy their products. And I always tell people too, like, I don't ever want anybody to feel like they can't come here because they don't come here. Like I have some of my best friends that go to different gyms around here because it works better for their lifestyle, works better for their schedule, whatever it is. This community is huge. And that's why I always fully support other trainers and coaches in the town. Like when we do our fitness comp, I have coaches from other big gyms that people would view as, isn't that your competition or, your competitor? It is, but it's not, because like Lindsay even said, like, we're different. And I feel strongly, I feel confident that I'm not intimidated by other people. And I think that you get a lot, and Lindsay will know that from the hub and collaboration, all that stuff. Like you get so much farther when you just like link arms with people. Be nice, like don't have that negative mindset, like everyone's out to get you. You got to fight. Yes, you have to push and promote. And trust me, I mean, if you follow me on social media, I push and promote. I'm a little obnoxious sometimes, but that's, this is my livelihood. This is what feeds my family. And this is what, my only fear in life really is, like, to not be doing this someday. So that's why, every morning I wake up with a hair up my ass and jump out of bed and ask her. Sometimes she's like, what are we doing today? Like, what charity, what comp are we putting on? Like, and it keeps me like, yes, I get a little bit crazy on some of like the more stressful events because I'm always just concerned with making a success. But it also excites me because people, I think from the outside think, oh, like she just goes in there and works out all day and counts. If you saw a day in the life here, I'm here first thing in the morning at the computer. I'm back there training all day. And then I'm on social media. I'm, doing events, doing charities. And then I'm sitting here doing emails and whatnot until 8, 9 p.m. And then I do it all over the next day. So,
well, I think another great, sorry.
No, it's a lot that goes into this building as a whole, like from the outside versus looking at it from the inside. I think people learn a lot once they come in or once they truly get to know me and they're like, oh, that's what she's doing. That's what she does all day.
Yeah. Another great thing is that's not like you're walking into the gym and you have a demographic of a certain age or anything. You have a wide variety, like you were saying. There's lots of men that are there. There's young girls. There's ladies that are there that are older. They can run around me like nobody's business.
They run around me, and I'm like, what is happening? I always tell people when they're
great and appealing, like that.
Yeah, it's for everyone. Like that's like. And even when I'm talking to new people, I feel like they don't believe me. Like they'll be like, I want to try your gym so bad, but I'm scared. I'm like,
well, I think everybody is scared, like their first time. Kayla even just said, like the first day that you walk in there, you're like, I don't know what to expect. And it's not frilly by any means. But that's what the appealing part of it is that, that it's not uncomfortable and you don't have to be anybody but you walking in that door. There's absolutely no judgment. And you don't feel like you need to like wear a certain thing to walk in there. It's fantastic. I can't speak highly enough about it. So.
Thank you. No, sometimes I walk out, like I'll come out of the office and class is going on. I like peek out and I'm like, it makes me laugh. Sometimes I'm like, that is the most random group of people. It's like a 16-year-old, like a 70-year-old, like two huge dudes, little guy. Like it's
very random.
It's like absurd, but it makes me so happy because it's like,
and they're all welcoming and
they're all so nice and they're all happy to be here. And then most of them too, like I did these workouts. I went through 2 pregnancies. I trained like on that other side, the strength side. I think I'm currently training 2 pregnant people, 2 postpartum people, huge dudes, like brand new people that because they think, oh, well, to go over there, I have to be good enough to go over there. That's more of like private training where I'm going to be like, hey, I think you should use this weight, less reps, here it is, take your time, watch their form. Whereas, class, you're jumping through the roof. The coaches are going to help you as much as you can, but it's just so different. So I try to highlight that, especially on social. And that's kind of what I struggle with, because I either get, I'll do a video with people using bands to try to make it look less intimidating, or I will do one of like strength and heavy lifting. And then people think that it's one or the other, when I'm trying to really just show like it's everything. What do you want to do?
Friday, yeah.
And the thing about these classes too is you can make the class your own. If you are in here, like Maria was saying, if you're somebody that wants to like put on a little bit muscle, and maybe you don't need to jump through the roof, but you quite aren't ready or don't want to go over to like the strength training, but you just like the class schedule more, or whatever the situation is, you can pick up a pair of heavier weights or a heavier barbell or whatever the move is, and there's so many modifications that you can do. Or if you have an injury, I had somebody come in and they're like, I can't do anything with my hands, and I was like, okay, all right.
And I was like, Kayla's got you.
We'll figure it out. When that happens, like we get thrown all these curveballs all the time from people who just have a constant injury, or, people that just had a baby 2 months ago, and, they have these restrictions, and we just figure it out. We already have a workout.
There's so much equipment at this point too. Like if they're running and you don't want to run, and you don't want to run with them, or you have bad knees or whatever, get on a rower, get on a bike, get on the sled, go on the treadmill. Like there's stuff all over this building. So it's really nice. There's constant modifiers. If you can't use dumbbells, there's a small kettlebell, there's bands, there's PVC pipes. Like it's literally everything. So that's, one of the best things about it is like, it's not, everyone says, are you CrossFit? No, we're not CrossFit. We're also not really like boot camp at this point. We're kind of us. Yeah. You have to just, try it to see what it is. And I tell people too, like, I love to say like, this is for everyone. This is for everyone. Like we do trials because it might not be for everyone. There's plenty of gyms around the neighborhood, the area is growing so much. Thank God there's plenty of gyms around, because who would have the capacity to have every single person that wants to, exercise in one building? Like that makes no sense. So
it would be very overwhelming.
Yes. So, it's
we used to joke that you would come to me and you tell me, we just did this move. No, we didn't. It's always different. There's always new moves. There's not like you're walking in and like the routine of whatever the class is, or if you're doing private training, there were a lot of times where I was like, I've never done this before. I don't know how to do it. You would swear that we've done it. I'm like, we haven't.
But maybe it might have been a different move. You know what I mean?
Right. Or you incorporated something else, like you were saying, like, okay, it's the same move, but you did it with like a dumbbell, or you did it with bands, or what have you.
It's
so
nice. It
never feels the same.
Yeah. It keeps you fresh. And like Karen Carl always says that, she's like, how have I been coming here for a decade? And literally I've never seen the same workout. Like it's crazy. And that was like one of the things too, like when I was thinking about, starting a gym and like doing all this stuff, like I was miserable. Like I was on the treadmill at the Y, nothing against the Y, it's a great place. But I, would go in there and I'm like, this is boring. Like I don't want to do this. And then now
you're not looking forward to it.
No, it's like, it was tedious and it was miserable. There was days I would pull in, I would literally turn around and leave, like in the parking lot. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. This is nice. You don't have to think about it. That's why you'll see me jump in class. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to push myself today. There's someone else that's going to push you all the time in these classes. And, the trainers are so good. Like I'm really picky about my coaches. There's a lot of these other gyms around here and I'm like, where do you find all these like coaches? It's because they don't care. Like they're just, it's just throwing a coach out there. Like for me, this is my brand. This is us. This is who we are. Like literally we've had the same coaches for 10 years. Some of our newer coaches are amazing, but we waited a while to throw them to the wolves and to make sure that they're a good fit. Jennifer, she's like, that's right. I love you, boo.
I will say that they're all different. They're
all so different.
All very unique. Different.
Yes, they're all really unique. And, I give adios. Love you. My favorite thing too is like I give my coaches the freedom to create their own workouts, which a lot of gyms don't do. A lot of them have pre-scripted, or, they're televised, or, they're very written programs. And here it's nice. It keeps them like, keeps their imagination going. It keeps them excited. And they're not just, this isn't work for anybody. I don't think
and a lot of times we'll feed off of each other. And like Jen Foy, she just left. We'll leave things set out for each other, and then we either, if we like it and we're like, this is what I had in mind, because a lot of times we are thinking about the same workouts on the same day. It's kind of weird. But we'll feed off of each other that way, or again, we write our own workouts and do something completely different, even if it's like the same setup. Sometimes it's helpful to say, oh, that was a really good move, or I like this circuit, but I'd like to superset it with this or that,
and feed off each other for sure.
And it's really nice. So that way you're not going into, like a boring program that you get from whoever in a corporate office somewhere.
You can pull anything off of off the internet. Even sometimes people are like, you post those workouts online, like people are going to take them. Let them take them, because they're not going to do them the way that we're doing them here.
Yeah.
So they can have them. I mean,
that's happened.
Yeah. And so it is what it is. But I've had coaches come in here before to like shadow, and like immediately they're like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know how you guys do this. So, like, you have to be a certain type of person to like, you got to stand in front of a room and like, you have to control the room. Like, people think you're coming in, you're counting. Like, you have to know like when to end the set, like how long. Like, it actually takes a lot to like run a good class. Yeah. It really does. Like, people just don't realize it until like sometimes our clients will, start shadowing and they're like, oh, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Like, this is hard.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes into it. And like you said, you really have to command a room, because it's no offense to any of our members, but it's like trying to get a hold of
it's hurting cattle. It's hurting cattle sometimes.
Or a class of
because
children.
The moves are different every time. So we got to know what we're doing.
And our members, they're all friends. People have been going here for, like Maria said, a decade, and these people are like best friends. They've grown in relationships, and they come here and they're like, hey, it's so good to see you, and they're talking about their lives.
Well, I haven't been there in a minute. I can walk in that gym in any moment in time, and I can tell you at least 10 people that I know that are in that class. They're loyal. It's a family. It's for not like your regular place.
Yes. Oh, sure.
So another thing I wanted to ask you about is, so you have a couple different events that you do throughout the year.
So when you see me really crazy-eyed, like seasonal,
like it's coming. The annual competition is coming. It's already coming. And
I thought about that last night. I was like, that's going to be here soon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, don't panic.
It's on its way. We'll probably be talking about that next month. So there's an annual competition, and I think that it gets bigger and better every year.
Last year was, and you were here, wasn't it great? Last year was like, that was like my Christmas, because it's crazy too. Like, when you work on planning, it's like a mini wedding. You work on planning this thing, and it's a lot that goes into it. My favorite thing about the last one was, for whatever reason, I mean, I think just from doing it so many years now, and like pushing, and also reaching out to the community, and like, having sponsors and help like that, is that we had so many people that I have never met in my life come in this building. And I was like, not even like, I don't want to keep you. Like, I love that you're at Burn, that you're at F45, whatever it is. But I love that you came for one day of fitness as a community. Like, that is what is so, like, I felt like very accomplished that day, because it was just a huge turnout, and it was awesome. And I like live for comps like that. Like, since we opened, I have been like, want to do a comp. And then I was like, we're doing a comp.
They're fun.
And we did, and it was awesome. And it's the only event of the year that is not a charity event. So the rest of the time, I really put like full effort into like, bettering the community and the place that I grew up in. And that's the only time of year where I'm like guns blazing on an event, and it helps with the rest of the year. That event and the turnout and everything from it, it helps, and it gets our name out there, and hopefully it's bigger. Like, we ended that event, and Andrea is such a huge part of my business, and she was like, we just looked at each other and we're like, that was huge. Like, how do we make that better? So like, we're even thinking about this year, like, are we going to do it at this facility? Like, do we need like more of like a, to rent out like a hall, or to, because if it keeps growing, there's only so much. This is a big facility, but there's only so much Like we had people still trying to sign up, and I was like, if we do
No.
that, we
We're
have to do a whole, like how you guys do Halloween. Like I'm like, we would have to do a whole second day or a whole other wave. And I had 30 something, 40 volunteers. Like these people,
there was a lot of us.
I was
and
like,
it
I can't make those people, like, you know, and they're just doing that because they love me and they love Kayla and they love BCMF. And, you know, there's not a lot of people that can say like, I can rally up 30, 40 people. It's because they believe in this business and they believe in like all the people and have watched it grow. So that day was literally probably one of my favorite days. It kept me sane for the rest of the year.
And one of the cool things that I like about that is it's such a different competition. It's not like a savage race. It's not a CrossFit competition. Right. It's not, you're not up on a stage in a bikini, because those competitions are not for everybody. Mm-hmm. Like for me, I wouldn't want to go and do a CrossFit competition personally.
I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah. Nothing against CrossFit or anything, but I personally, it's not for me. You know, I don't want to go stand up in a bikini on stage. That's not for me. Mm-hmm. But you have like these fun workouts and you have, it's a partner. Mm-hmm.
It was something for like everyone. There was a lady that walked in here. She hadn't even looked at the comp, like nothing. And I was trying to be so supportive, but in my mind, I was like, oh my God. And I remember looking at her at one point and she was on the bike where everyone else was like, and she like looked at me and was like dancing. Like this lady was like, where am I? Like, what is going on? I just looked at her and I was like, I support you. Like she was just having a good time. Cause you know, and some people are like crazy competitive. And that's a great event for people like that because it's competitive. But
outsider looking in, yes, it is competitive, but in the same breath, like they cheer each other on. They were literally on different teams and they would stop what they were doing, go and cheer somebody that was, I don't know, whatever. They were struggling or like they were almost there or getting ready to like beat the time or whatever. And they would come over and cheer them on.
It's such like camaraderie. Like that event is probably one of my favorite things about owning this business. And the cool thing for me is like I'm a crazy person. So all these workouts, like I literally sit and handwrite, like I'm like, we should do this. And then to like watch it play out. And I'm like, like I thought of that. Like I made that up. Like that's always my favorite thing with any event is like, and I always say that to people, like if you have an idea, all you really need is like a group of people that believe in you and will help support you and push through, and you can make that happen. Like all these events, like even another event that I have that has made me internally like so happy is that Ashley event for Miles from Morrison. I'll roll into that one real quick. So when I was 16, I had one of my best friends and she passed away in high school. She was a tremendous athlete and she got meningitis and encephalitis, if we're going to get really crazy into it. But she passed away and I was 16. That was my first experience with death. And I was just like, I looked up to this girl so much. Like she was one of those friends that you have and you're like yearning for them to like really like you back. And like, I just like, I remember being like, she's so cool. Like, but she wasn't like, I'm so cool. Like she was so nice. But I just remember being like, God, she's so good at sports. Like, how do I get good like that? And she is one person that came to me and she was like, you doing travel ball? Travel ball, trigger word. We had a long weekend. And she's like, you doing travel ball? And I was like, oh, what's that? And she's like, you should do it. It's, you know, it would help you improve. Like and we were the same age, but it was like, she was like this motherly, like, she's like, you would do really good at it. I was like, okay, whatever you say. Like, I just wanted to like be friends with her. And
I'm in.
Yeah. And then I went and did travel volleyball. And that's where like this all happened, because then I was like, I love feeling good. I love like feeling a challenge, like wanting to get stronger. And then, you know, I became captain of my team. And then I realized like, I like being a leader. So like, she's a huge part of my life just for like little sprinkets of like, that's what she did in my life. So I had been saying for years and years that I wanted to do a event for her, or scholarship, a nonprofit, like all this stuff. And it was always kind of like put on the back burner. And then like 2 years ago, I was like, I want to start doing shit I want to do. Like, and I want to do it now. Like, I don't want to wait anymore. Like, and I dove right in. I dove into that fitness comp. I dove into this. And, you know, I had one of my other best friends growing up, Amber, was on board with us. Andrea, per usual. Andrea usually doesn't have a choice. She's just like, what are we doing now? And then Lisa Funderburg, she's kind of a behind the scenes, but she's tremendous help. And we linked arms with Derek because we all went to school together. So it was a really cool like community thing.
And actually owns another gym. talk
He
about
owns another gym. Yep.
collaboration.
So, and I remember everyone was like, because growing up, like, or in the earlier years, it was always so like
Competitive.
and
Yeah.
and you know, like we just like talked. This was like 2 years ago. I finally like just like reached out because we were friends growing up. We just hadn't like talked. It wasn't like a negative. We just knew we were like two of the biggest gyms in the area, and you know, so we
Similar
we were-
style, different but similar
Different.
style.
yeah, similar style but different, you know, and we ended up like merging. And I remember everyone was like, "You guys are gonna work together? Like, what's happening?" And I'm like, "Mm-hmm." And then we had an
It
amazing
makes me
turnout.
smile. I love that.
Yeah, amazing event. And you know, we ended up raising their first year $16,000 for local Pasco athletes. And you know, her mom was there, and it was just like such a gratifying experience. And then we had them come back, you know, and we get to pick the winners of the scholarships. And we had four winners. And then one of the winners this year came and like
Cool.
announced, you know, the raffles and stuff like that. So, and she was like, "Thank you so much." Like, it's a really cool feeling to like be able to do that.
Yeah. When you first brought it to my attention of what you were doing, little quote unquote fun fact, when you told me that, you know, she had meningitis, and I still don't know exactly what type of meningitis that she had, but when I was little, I had spinal meningitis. I was 3, and there are things that I remember. You shouldn't remember things when you were 3, but there are things that I remember from when I was 3 that I had to go through, and it's not an easy thing. So
No,
you need it on board.
yeah, it was, and it was fast too. And that was like one of the things. And too, like her parents were so amazing. Like I think about it now, having kids, like I'm such a like frantic person, especially when it comes to like death and like stuff. Like I'm very emotional. I'm a Pisces. I'm very like, you know, I'm a crier. Like my husband sometimes he's like, "Are you crying? It's like 2 p.m. like on a Monday. Like what happened?" And I'm like, "This commercial." Like I'm like such like empathy. Like I don't know. And her parents, I remember, were so good, and they like opened their doors. It was like the day after. Like we all went to their house. I know it sounds super weird, but I like went in her bed. I like fell asleep, like crying in her bed. Like, and I feel like if people came to my house after I lost one of my children, I'd be like, "Don't come." Like, that's just not my personality. I think
Don't look at me.
Like, don't come near me.
You right.
You know? And like they were just so like, I don't even remember seeing them upset. They were so like concerned about us. So like I just always admired them growing up, and I think about it like to this day. And then when I see her, I feel so like good, because I feel like it helps her like that she wasn't forgotten, you know. That would be the worst thing. Like we love our kids, and look at how young they are. Imagine, you know, you get to 16 years old and then you lose one of them. I mean, losing a child at any point I think would, you know, send me to the loony bin. You guys would never see me again. But I just always think about that, like watching their personality and watching them grow all the way 16 and then getting sick and that just happening, like, and then you just have to move on because you have another child and you have a husband, like, and you have to go. And they both were just like so good. You know, I'm sure they, behind closed doors, I'm sure they struggled, but they put on such a good, like, they made me just like appreciate them as parents. And then I've always tried to like keep up with them afterwards. Her dad just passed away like 2 years ago. But her mom is, you know, she's still going and awesome. And, you know, every year she's like, we just saw her at the last event, and it makes her really happy every year. So this last year we did 17,000. So it was, you know, a little bit more, and it's all honestly just hustling. Like you just have like, it's just knocking on doors. I mean, you two know, I'm always like, I need money. Help me. And sometimes you guys are like, oh. And I get it, because even like this holiday season, I'm like, oh my God, I am the worst. I hate saying no. But I'm like, if I get another like sponsorship in the email, like, then I'm, you know, it's our slow season. So I'm like, so it's hard. So I'm like always so appreciative when people like sponsor and like do that, because I know it's hard. It's money. Like, unless you're a multi-million-dollar company and you're like writing checks, but when you're a small business and you're giving money to another small business for something, anything, it's like such a thankful, because it was just that on top of our members plus Derek's members, and then alumni, you know, people seeing what's happening. So, you know, that's something that we're always like working for. We're going, am I taking Christian to the basketball tournament?
So we're going to be there. We're going to the Wrap House to cook dinner. And I think that the second game is 8 off the top of my head. So
Yeah.
we'll be done by then. So I think I'm just going to bring them from one place to the other.
Cool.
And you might get us all. So
yeah. So next Monday we're doing, and it's actually the day before she passed away. I think I put in the text message she was day before her birthday, which would have been the other event. And I'm like, they know what I mean. Anyways, it was the day before she passed away. And Joan Deersman, another friend, alumni from high school, she's the coach over at River Ridge for River Ridge basketball. And they're doing a tournament, a Christmas tournament. And the baseball kids, the Trinity Titans, are going to come out and they're going to be just walking around. Hunter's like so excited. You put him with the like doing any of these events and he's like constantly, he's like, what's the next event? I'm like, I need you to stop. But they're going to come out and they're going to do like just walking around and like wearing their shirts and like asking for donations, because it's really helpful to have like money like start rolling in, you know, here and there, rather than like, all right, we got 8 weeks, let's make this happen. Like $17,000 in 6 to 8 weeks to come up with is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot. So we're going to start sprinkling in just like, you know, and then hopefully potentially starting our own nonprofit, which is also a lot of work. So every year I keep saying we're going to do that this year, and then it's like gets busier and busier. But hopefully by the end of this year coming up, we'll have our own nonprofit for it.
cool. Sounds good.
Well, another event that she does, because I'm telling you, I don't know how she does all of this.
Very,
stuff.
very involved in community, and there's always some sort of event
I
or
feel
something
like-
that they're doing to give back. So
Yeah, like I just feel like, I don't know, like I used to like love like my main focus like coming in, working out, like I just love like doing these events and like being positive. Like I feel like, you know, you have like this small platform, like I'm not making buku crazy money, like I'm not doing all this like shit. I'm just trying to like be happy, pay my bills, you know, and change
back.
some lives.
Yeah.
And then to be able to give back, like it's cool to grow up in this, you know, town and be able to give back. Walking into Wendell Crinn now, which was Ridgewood, and like raising $17,000 for other kids, because I remember how hard it was to get scholarships and I didn't have money. Like
Yeah.
my parents didn't have money to send me to college. I had to get all scholarships to go to St. Leo. So like, it's like, and we have such a good community. Like I could tell these people like, guys, everyone in this room, I need $5. Like little Billy, my neighbor, is sick. And they'd be like, here. Like they want to help. And it just, I think that makes them also like, this is more than a gym. It's
Yes.
not just going to a normal gym. Like, and I'm not even like here for myself anymore. I'm like constantly just like, what else can we do? What are we going to do? And I have people like her that are the same way. That's why I like surround myself with the certain people that I surround myself with, because they believe in the same thing of just like, everyone feels good when you're bettering something.
I don't even think Kayla calls it work. She says
Yeah,
that she's
it's not.
I'm going to go to the gym, but then I'll call you afterwards or
I
whatever.
say that all the time. Like,
work.
yeah, like I bartended I was in the restaurant business for a really long time. I met some incredible people. I made so much freaking money, but I will tell you, I dreaded going there every day, like every single day. And I don't remember the last time I have not wanted to walk into this building. Like I wake up and I'm never like, ugh. Like I just like wake up and I'm like happy to like come in and be, there's days when I'm like, you know, I want to choke myself out, but usually her or, you know, Jenna or somebody like talks me off the ledge and then we're fine. But I feel really like lucky, you know.
And that's just like normal stress. You'll find that in any career. It's not because of this place.
Doesn't make you not want to do it. Right.
Doing it's just like you get overwhelmed. I mean, it happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
With work. It happens to Lindsay where we're like, okay, it's just like you go. And then you're like, all right, I just need to like take a second.
Breaks. And then, you know, too, I'm trying to stay busy. I'm trying to compete with other gyms in the sense of just having people walk into the building, trying to run programs, trying to put on events. And then, you know, Andrea used to be full-time and she has a really great big girl job, which I fully support her. She deserves the world. So she helps me as much as possible. And it's just a lot at one time. So there are days when I'm like, oh my God, am I doing too much? Is this too much for me? And then I'm like, no, don't be a bitch. You got it.
Yeah. You just have to talk to your people, you know, and your support system. And
Amanda Dosher is a very good motivational speaker. If you're ever trying to jump off the ledge, she's a good one. She'll send you like scriptures and like, you are a powerful woman. And I'm like, yeah.
She is really, She's a good one. I
You
can
got
tell
to
you
just
that.
like have really positive people around you, because if you have a negative environment, or if you have, I notice too, if someone else is in a shitty mood and I start vibing off them, I will spiral with them. And then I'm like, I wasn't even mad today. Like, like what happened?
What just happened?
So just staying positive and just, really counting blessings that I get to do this every day. And like, I live a good life. I have 2 beautiful kids. My husband, I don't want to kill 90% of the time. So that's good, and just keep growing. That's my goal, is to keep growing this, branching out. There's people that potentially want to have this be as a second location, and that's a whole nother story, but maybe, within the next year.
I'm scared.
It's okay.
Holding on.
We're gonna be okay. I promise. That's my new year resolution. I'm not gonna get stressed.
Okay.
We're blessed to be stressed.
I'm here for it.
Right?
Right.
What was it? I saw a quote and it said, pressure is a privilege. And I remember reading that and I was like, that's really true. You know
It's
what I
all
mean?
about perspective. I think.
Yeah, like it's, like if you're under pressure, like then it's for a reason, because you can handle it. Like,
Mhm.
and some people don't have, some people go to work and they hate their work, they hate their life, they hate their marriage, they hate all this stuff. And it's like, if you're not one of those people, then, and you have a little bit of pressure in other aspects, then it's for a reason. Without it, it's like, if it was easy, it would be like, when do you enjoy, like if like you have to go through the hard times, like enjoy, to understand what a good moment is. Without the hard times, how would you know, is this good or is this bad?
How could you really be grateful,
Mhm.
if you've never been through
Stress, trauma, all kinds of negative stuff. You feel like in that moment, like, oh my God, like I'm not ever going to get over this or past that. And, time can be a blessing. Like it can be, like we always say, like time is a thief, like which it is, but also too, like I'm such a believer, like time does make everything better, whether it is a death, like, my grandma, like I was like, is this pain ever going to stop? It doesn't, but it does get better. Like there was days I couldn't get out of bed, and now I get out of bed every morning, but nothing could have sped that up, because it's just time. That's the same thing with breakups, with change of jobs, change of whatever it is, like discomfort in general. It's like time, you just have to go through just riding it out. I've gotten a lot better with like, just like, it is what it is. Because a lot of times you stress out about stuff you can't change, So that's that. I think that's all of our events. No, we did our food drive with Nicole Strobe. That was wonderful. Volunteer way. We have done every year. That's one of my biggest things that I really don't ever want to give up doing. That is honestly a kind of a hassle, that event. I'm going to be totally honest with you. You would think it's as simple as people bringing in bags. It's a lot. People get busy and they always need the food a little bit earlier. So like, I feel like people don't try to get hands-on with stuff like that until like the week of Thanksgiving. They're like, oh,
Maria, I ran down the street with a box on my shoulder chasing the truck that it needed to get on.
Yeah.
Wait, I have boxes.
I have a box in the back that I have to bring to Volunteer Way because somebody brought it like last week, and they're like, is this still happening? I'm like, no. But this year we did it a little bit different, like we've done in the past where we all went shopping and stuff like that. This year I just wanted to keep it like as stress-free as possible, and we just reached out. I think it was like 30 businesses in the community, which is really great having like a staff of 10 to 12 people, because
I did miss the shopping, I will say.
I know. We'll bring it back. We'll bring it back next year. I went by myself this year. I was like, I'm going to the store. I got some people Venmo'd me. Let's go. Like, I just wanted to keep it very like.
Because how many years have you done that?
Well,
I think Hunter was 2. So it was year 7 this year.
I was going to say, year 7. I was going to say 6 years, but yeah, okay. Yeah.
So maybe next year we do the drop-off locations, because I feel like that was really great.
It was
we had more food than we thought, and then we can also take donations, and then we can go do the shopping.
Yeah, I had a ton of like, I was at the Dollar Tree, General, whatever it was, like Sunday night at like 8 p.m. People kept sending money, and I'm like, oh, I need this out of my Venmo. I feel guilty. So I was like at the store like over and over, but and I messaged later. I was like, I to be honest with you, I'm really tired this year, and I didn't want to do the event. And Andrea did a little like smacked me and was like, those people depend on you. And I was like, and
So tired to hear.
I was like, fine. So I messaged the lady and I was like, you know, I don't think it's going to be as big this year. Like, I'm going to do my best, but I'm like, I'm tired.
Well, I know you did it with Nicole, but if you ever need somebody to team up with, I'm game. It's one of my favorite things to do every year.
All right.
So.
Next year, lady, let's do it. But she told me when she came and she pulled in, she was like, this is a ton of food. What were you talking about? And I'm like, I like stress myself out because I never feel like it's going to be good enough. And every time, and she's like, do you know how helpful this is? She's like, and we filled the truck, like they almost couldn't shut the door.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't even know how this happened this
It's
year.
like you throw a party and you're like, no one's going to show up.
And then they come. And it's great.
And like
our
a lot of
Halloween
them.
event was so much fun.
She does a trunk or treat now.
I do a trunk or treat now also, which is probably my favorite thing besides my favorite event that we've done besides probably I mean, I like them all, but I love the kids. Like and I know that's so crazy for me because I used to really not like children, but I love to watch the kids have fun. Like I really, and it's such an easy event and they are so happy. But once again, it's reaching out to people and saying, hey, I need you to decorate with you. Remember, I was like, I need your car. I need you to decorate your car. Yeah. Like, you know, you have to just have this good like surroundings of people because these events all need help. So like we got all people to do, all you got to do is decorate your car. And the kids had so much fun. We painted pumpkins. We did a blow up projector movie, food. We did potluck. The members love to feel involved in stuff like that. So yeah, that was another one.
Now you're doing 12 days of giveaways.
Angel tree and the 12 days.
There's an angel tree.
Yep. So the angel tree,
they're gone, right?
They're gone. They
in
were
2 days.
gone in 2 days, and I
didn't even get to go. And I was going to bring the kids. I was going to pick the things off the tree.
No, I know you can help me bring the stuff to River Ridge.
I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, I still have people like, I'm coming to get a tree. Can you send me one? I'm like, they're gone, and and I was nervous too because it was 50, and I'm like, oh, I hope
we haven't been told about how many we were gonna pick.
I was like, I hope that we get somebody to take these kids, or else it's all on me. And they like flew off before I could even. We probably could have had a whole nother round, but then I was like, oh, now I'm really nervous. So we did the angel tree, which was awesome. We are dropping those off on December 15th. I tried to do a breakfast with Santa here, and Andrea told me no. She said I was going to stress myself out, which she's absolutely right, because now I feel like I
don't know if that
I'm very not stressed going into the new year. We're setting up for our 6-week challenge in January, so it gives me time. Sometimes I get a little bit crazy, and I need someone to be like, "We're not doing that.
Like you're doing a little bit too much.
Like let's relax." And then she tells me that, and I'm like, "Okay, let's relax." Here we are. So we have that. We're doing 12 days of Christmas right now. That's just a fun thing that I like to do. I love a good giveaway, and rolling back into like working with other people in the community. There's a lot of people in the past years that have partnered with me on things, or just people that I've watched and been like, they're a good business owner, or I like what they do, or I like their product, what they represent. So all we did for this 12 days of Christmas is basically to any business that has a product or service really that I support and I think is good. I just reached out, asked them if they wanted to do a giveaway, get their name out there. And then what I did was I had on all of our social media. So for you to enter, you have to go and like and follow their business page. So even like Krista yesterday, I was like, did you get a lot of followers? And she screenshot me like all these things. I'm like, that's the goal, So it's like, it's nice because it keeps our followers like, entertained and like, cool, this is fun, this is giveaways, but it also helps them grow too by all these people that would have never followed their business page. So now they're following it. So it's very simple, but it's fun stuff. We have stuff like photo shoot with Jackie we did today. We had a massage with Krista. We did 2 challenge giveaways. We have like a night out at Axe Hole, Christo's gift cards, all just like really good people in the community that we're going to be representing. And Nicole normally does like something with Gulf Coast, but I think she's doing straight like a Lululemon package. So I'll be doing 1,500 entries into that one.
I'll do 2,000.
Yeah. And then share whatever it is. But no, it's just something fun and, nice. And a lot of times too, some people really can't afford like the challenges and stuff. So this is always nice. Most of the time people that win them, they gift.
Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. Hopefully they'll pop back in. Give them a few minutes. I'm all by myself now. I think the way that her 12 Days of Christmas works is if you go to the BCMF Facebook page, that you'll see their announcement of whatever day that they're on, and then whatever the prize is, or whatever the giveaway for that day is, that you like the post that the video's in, and then you go to whoever donated the item for that particular day. You go to their Facebook page, like and comment on that. They're back.
Did
There
I
they are.
talk too much? So
No, I don't know what happened. And then I was just,
I didn't bring my charger for my computer, so my computer died, and I was gonna say when I, and in a minute, like, oh, we
just
only
climb
have like,
under the desk like I did. That's what happened to mine. I was like,
yeah,
Georgia.
Just tuck and roll. She was about to
Yep,
drop just like
I'll be
Lindsay.
back.
I was like, oh, I'm like, I'll pop back in real quick, and I was on my phone trying to like get it on there, but
Well, I think I might have been making things up a little bit. So for your 12 days of Christmas, so you go on, you do like a video of like whatever the giveaway is for the day, and then so they like that that like and comment in that post, and then they have to like the business page of whatever item is being given away, correct? And that's on the BCMF
That's on the BCMF business page.
Facebook page. Okay. I was right. I was making stuff up.
No, you're good, girl. You got it. Yeah, that's our, so we're only on our third giveaway, so you still have plenty of time to, so just go to BCMF on Facebook, just like and follow it, and then you'll see it come up. I'm obnoxious, so it's always on the stories, everything. You really can't miss it unless you hit unfollow on me, which people probably do.
it's on Instagram also.
Yes, on Instagram as well. Someone told me only old people are using Facebook these days, and I was like, I feel attacked, but okay. So
Well, you know what? That's not true, because I saw Reagan posted about this, that people, when these younger people are trying to get jobs and stuff, people are asking about their Facebook, and they're wanting to learn about them and make sure they're not, I don't know, crazy people, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're coming back to us.
they're coming.
They're coming back to us old people on our Facebook. But either way,
It's the
for the
grown-up
youngsters,
site.
for the youngsters,
The
we're on
adulting
Instagram too.
part.
Yes. Final things would be for me to say that our special right now, we are doing 11 days for $11. I like to do that as our trial. It gives you an opportunity to try more than one class, because sometimes you might come in and be like, that was not for me. Or if it's a cardio day and you're more interested in, weights, then you have opportunity to come back and you might like Kayla's class more than Maria's class. So it gives them variety to meet their coaches, to see also, if an hour of working out is too much for them, and also to see like how many times they came. So if you came like 3 times, out of that 11 days, then you might want to do a full membership. If you only came like once or twice, then you might want to do walk-ins, which we have that never expire. So there's a ton of different programs, pricing. We do discounts for first responders, police, what else? Veterans, teachers. Thank you. I'm like, what's happening? And other than that, we're running that. And then we have our 6-week challenge coming. To register, you would just go to our page. Our link tree will be on there. And we're doing $1,000 cash prize this time for first place. So it's like one of our biggest prizes that we've had. And, hopefully someone comes in and transforms that body to win $1,000, and then give me a couple bucks.
And then sign up.
Please.
Get some of it back.
That's the goal, but you can do whatever you want with it. So, and we're going to be doing our challenge a little bit different this round. We're going to do like teams. So like Kayla's going to have a team, Brittany's going to have a team. So you're going to have a team of 5 or 6 people, and those coaches are going to be checking on you 3 times a week. So it's going to be way more like hands-on, because sometimes the New Year's challenges, there's 80 to 100 people, and I'm like, hi, how's everyone doing today? I think people like having a little bit more hands-on. So we're going to be doing that for the new year. If you're looking for a gym, here we are.
Or to get involved in any of the things that Maria does that we talked about. I think we might have left something out, but if you're looking for something to do during the year, she's always looking to collaborate. I think all of us are all about working with other businesses and just people in the community. I think that Maria and her business is just, it's one of the pillars in our community because she's been here for so long and she just does so much stuff.
I do a lot and I like it. We're doing a lot of written programs now. So we have like weightlifting programs, obviously my leg program I just rolled out, our challenges. And then I'm also going to be adding in a couple like mini, I haven't told Kayla this yet.
Ooh.
A couple like mini challenges, like monthly, like fun, just little extra incentives for them, like rowers. Like they do like a 30-day, like, increase in how many, meters can you row, or you get a partner where you have to do it as a team. It's just fun little things that they can add in. It just keeps you excited, or else it gets, mundane.
Yeah.
So lots of things happening at all times in here. And if anyone wants to join me, here I am.
Or do some Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the collective.
Yep, or shop. That's the thing. Or if you just need some protein shakes.
This is cute.
A lot of these are like, there's a lady behind me and it is her and her, I'm rambling at this point, Lindsay. I just like talking to you. There's a lady, there's a 16-year-old entrepreneur that hand makes these necklaces and candles back here. There's another woman that homeschools her kids. So she makes all of these monthly and daily planners, which is like really cute.
I don't know if I'm even on it or not.
Which would be
Trying to get me to
I
come in there because I told you every time I walk by, I have to buy.
If I could switch my camera. Can I switch my camera around here? I don't think so.
But it's a lot of fun stuff in here.
Let's see. I got this new screen protector and I can't see anything on here. I need to.
What's
need
it,
to
like
not-
a privacy screen so nobody can see what you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that because I'm never talking about anything crazy, but the guy at the when I got the new phone, he was like, "Do you want this?" And I go, "I've never had one, but sure." And now I hate it because I can't see my screen. So
On the side.
All right, I won't keep you all day, Lindsay, but if you want to come in, bring a coffee and shop. Bring a coffee.
And shop. But specifically on the coffee.
Yes.
Maria's the one that got me drinking coffee. I never drank coffee till I met Maria.
You gotta keep up, girl. We got shit to do.
And I still, to this day, straight black,
Black.
nothing. That's what I drink. Yep.
Just pull up and say, I'll take the Maria special.
I don't even like sugar and cream or any of those things in my coffee.
Good.
Well,
See?
thank you very, very, thank you very, very, very much for being on today. And thank you for everything that you do. And you have an amazing facility and gym and family, and appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Always support me, girl.
Of course.
From day one.
Yeah.
And I love you.
I love you.
Are we having a moment? Because I love you guys.
Aw.
We should be together in a hug. Merry Christmas. All right, we're getting weird now. We gotta go.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Bye,
Have a good
guys.
day.